Hello beautifuls, this is Aromi here and welcome back to Seduce Me Too, and let's get right into it. Diana nodded before releasing me and looking down at me. To my surprise, her eyes were glowing a bright gold, probably from the energy she had taken from me. However, it had to be done for me to regain my body. Diana's eyes returned to their normal red color as she smiled.
For now, rest a bit. You'll be able to regain some energy and be able to train as if nothing had happened. As long as you're not brimming with it, the spirit shouldn't be able to take control of you again.
I nodded in reply, finding myself slipped back onto the bed behind me. I held my head, feeling slightly dizzy from the experience. The door opened and closed, so I assumed that Diana had left me alone. My heart felt at peace for some reason, even feeling as weak as I did. Was the spirit appeased with Diana's intervention? I couldn't see why it would have been.
She's very special. That's why.
Well, damn, we hear the spirit anyway. The echo of the spirit's voice reverberated through my mind, but as I waited for it to explain, no further response came. I let out a sigh. The spirit was gone for now, and I had full control. For now, resting until training. I was excited to see what training we would do today. However, as I walked to the Great Hall to meet with Rabbit, I bumped into someone.
Ugh! Oh no! Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
Oh, you're adorable. Looking over at who had collided with me, I was surprised to see a young man in some sort of flowing clothed garb, waving his hands in front of him in worry. What was wrong? He just bumped into me. It was an accident for sure. It's alright. Despite my reassurance, the boy bowed and apologized once again.
I really am truly sorry.
It's alright, dude. No worries.
That's enough, Bajang.
Bajang. I quickly looked over to see Diana walking towards me with crossed arms, looking to the boy as he flinched at his name. But Jang looked up and jumped up at the sight of Diana beside me.
Rebel Queen! I have a message from my lady.
I know. Come along, and I will hear it.
Diana gestured for Jang to follow her as she nodded to me.
I apologize for keeping you. Good luck with training.
I could only nod before Diana walked off with the boy behind her. He seemed nice. I wondered for a moment who he was, but I shook my head. A moment in time. I continued my journey to the Great Hall and turned into the room, peering in and expecting to see my trainer ready for me. That, unfortunately, wasn't the case. Rabbit stood in the middle of the room, her staff in front of her, while formed in a semicircle around her were pig fawn demons, ones that very much resembled the one I saw in the vision of the boys gave me about their past. Why were they here, though? Jump in. I couldn't just stand there. I'm pretty sure it's just holograms, but we're gonna jump in to show her that we'll protect her. I had to help if Rabbit was in danger. Rabbit! I quickly rushed into the room, and called out my guardian, letting him growl beside me at the intruders. Rabbit, however, looked back at me in surprise, while the imp demons around her quickly vanished into mist, fading into the air. I blinked a couple times, calling back my guardian and dispelling it in confusion. What the—
Oh, I'm sorry,
I stared at Rabbit, confused as ever, as she turned around and let out a sigh.
I'm sorry. I was doing some training of my own. I'm usually not on the battlefield in war, but since the next battle will be our last, we need to have as many people fighting as we can.
I instantly shook my head. It was understandable. I wasn't the only one allowed to train after all. It's fine. Sorry for interrupting. Rabbit laughed a bit, hugging her staff to her body. It was pretty cute to see her stand up to the illusionary imps, but she seemed to handle herself well. After a moment, however, she shook her head and cleared her throat.
Anyway, we should start your training for the day. Can't let this time go to waste.
I nodded, summoning my guardian and readying myself. This time, Rabbit pointed her staff out and caused a large group of imps to appear, ready to slice into me and my animal guardian. I smirked, knowing how easy this would be. Upon my command, my guardian leapt forward and began to claw through the group, dodging their swords and spears, and making sure to rip through each one as they came. As one fell and turned into mist, another would emerge to take its place. It became a practice of endurance. My animal kept fighting, but I felt myself slowly become weaker with each attack and movement. It had happened the day before, but the battles had been shorter and were divided with many breaks in between. Today, however, had me go through wave upon wave of imps until the afternoon, when I felt drained completely of energy. Soon my animal guardian dispelled itself, unable to maintain its form without my energy, leaving me defenseless. However, Rabbit spun her staff in the air, willing the imps to vanish. She walked over to me with a smile, most likely proud of what work I had
I'm
done.
very shocked to see how long you managed to keep fighting. Many people would have dropped halfway through, but you pushed forward.
Thanks. In truth, I didn't want to give up no matter what had happened. This was training, and stamina was a key part of defending myself. Rabbit looked to the windows, seeing the light of the afternoon slowly drift to the night.
Why don't we take a break for now? Then we'll do one last round before your training is over. All right?
I nodded, going to the far corner of the room and sitting down, wanting to shut my eyes for a moment and take a nap to regain my energy. I barely noticed the figure running into the room and approaching Rabbit.
My lady?
I opened an eye, looking up to see Bajang, looking to Rabbit with a slight grimace on his expression. Rabbit turned to him and placed her staff to her side, tilting her head and furrowing her eyebrows.
Bajang, what is it?
Well, you see...
Rabbit stepped forward and checked Bajang's face, looking for something.
What's wrong? Did she take your energy?
Oh, no. She didn't. She refused to take any from me. But she gave me another message to send back to you.
Rabbit waited as Bajang took a breath and straightened up, calm from the flustered expression he carried earlier. Whatever he had to say must have been important.
She wants to speak with you alone tomorrow morning, before anything is settled.
Tomorrow morning? Why not tonight?
Bajang rubbed his hands, another grimace painting over his face.
Well, she said she had plans later tonight, so she can't.
She blew Rabbit off.
With whom? Wait, never mind. I don't wish to know.
With a sigh, Rabbit turned and hugged her staff.
Thank you, Bajang. You're dismissed for the night.
Oh, thank you, my lady.
With that, Bajang bowed and turned, letting Rabbit sigh to herself, shaking her head.
Why do we have to keep discussing this?
Discussing what? Because I'm nosy. I couldn't help but be curious. Rabbit looked over at me with a surprised face before pressing her lips together and looking away.
It's nothing to worry about. Just a minor topic we need to chat about. It's nothing.
From the tone of her voice, it was definitely something large. However, Rabbit wasn't willing to spill the beans just yet. I let it go for now, knowing that I would find out sooner or later regardless of the fact. Bajang finally left as Rabbit let out a sigh and looked back to me, a desperate look for some sort of distraction in her eyes. Whatever Diana needed to talk to her about really riled her up. Still, I refused to let it get the best of me. I was certain that I would be perfect. I would perfect fighting? Whatever, with my guardian and forget about whatever they were chatting about with ease.
Are you ready to go again?
I nodded, setting up to go once more and shaking out of my nerves. I was getting tired, but my day wasn't over. I trained into night like I usually did. This time, however, Rabbit seemed to be rougher with her obstacles and attacks, letting out stress from the situation she wouldn't tell me about. I felt a little bad that she was holding it in, but understood why. As Rabbit and I finally relaxed, Rabbit smiled at me, exhausted.
You're getting better. That's good.
I grinned and nodded, happy to know that there was improvement. As I turned to leave, however, Rabbit stopped me.
Wait,
Huh? What is it? I turned to see Rabbit rubbing one of her ears nervously.
can you come a little later to practice tomorrow? You know that Diana is coming to discuss something, and, well...
She didn't want me to overhear it. My curiosity was piqued, but I nodded regardless. Alright, I'll come by later. With a smile, I left Rabbit and made my way back to my room. I entered my room thinking about what Diana had said to me this morning. If I drained myself of energy, then the spirit wouldn't have the power to appear in my dreams. But did I want to do that? Eric appeared soon after, exhausted as ever. I continued to ponder as Eric sat down in the bed and stretched.
Another long day. How was your day, love?
My mind continued to ponder. I had to make a choice. Did I care if the spirit appeared in my dreams? Give Eric your energy somehow? Don't and just rest. Damn, dude, and I wish we could, stop right here. But we can't. We can't. But we're gonna give him energy, because we don't want the spirit to annoy us. I needed rest without bizarre dreams. The spirit needed to stop controlling me and enticing me with its emotions. The question was how to give Eric my energy. I could easily sleep with him and give him my energy through sex, but I wanted our sex to be about the mood, not a means to an end. I looked at Eric and stared, taking in every detail of him. Eric?
What is it?
Pull him to you? Hug me? Or kiss? Okay, that was completely weird. My recording software just crashed. So, it cut me off. Anyway, it's hug me, kiss me, or pull him to you. We're gonna pull him to us. That seems the better choice. I gently moved and wrapped my arms around Eric, surprising him.
Princess?
I ignored his surprise and nuzzled my head against his chest. I desperately wanted to give him my energy, so I made myself as close as I could be. Accepting my affection, Eric chuckled softly and patted my head, wrapping his free arm around me and lying back. It was a surprisingly peaceful night. I woke up once again alone. However, I knew that Eric was off training. He seemed happy that he wasn't getting back into the swing of it. He was getting back into the swing of it, despite only able to train for a short time before the final battle. However, as I got myself ready, a knock echoed at my door. Huh? Come in. The door opened to reveal a sight I did not expect at all. You? What? What? My heart froze in my chest at the man who presented himself at my door.
Huh? What's wrong?
Get away from me! I scrambled back away from the Demon Lord, instantly recognizing him. I found myself against the wall, grabbing the nearest object and chucking it at him. If this was going to turn into a fight, then I would attack after I beamed him with whatever I threw at him. To my surprise, a purple tendril stretched up from the ground in front of him and smacked the object away. How did he have Eric's power?
What the? Love, what's wrong?
Why was the Demon Lord calling me love? Calm down or don't take any chances. No, we gotta calm down because it's obviously Eric, but we're just seeing the Demon Lord. Something was off. He wasn't attacking me or doing anything other than standing in place. His face was painted with worry as well, an expression I would never have imagined seeing on the Demon Lord. I held my head and closed my eyes, trying to calm down. This had to be the spirits doing just another trick. Stop it.
Princess, what's going on?
I opened my eyes again to see Eric with a face etched with worry and panic, and a tentacle by his head was the object I had thrown at him, but he stood where the Demon Lord was. How? I buckled down onto my knees and curled over myself, wrapping my arms around my body. This was too frightening, too real. What was happening? I looked up to see the spirit floating silently behind Eric before fading away. I knew it. But how was the spirit able to make Eric look like the Demon Lord? It was a twisted method if it was trying to get me like this. Eric knelt down and gently wrapped his arm around me, nuzzling my head.
Shh. It's okay.
I barely noticed I was shaking and whimpering. I couldn't really stop myself. The man who had trapped me here appeared before my eyes all of a sudden. Then he vanished into the man I swore to love. Eric kissed the top of my head.
The spirit must be playing tricks on you again. We'll remove it soon enough. I promise.
I nodded, believing what Eric said. This would only last a short while, then the spirit would be gone. I arrived at the Grand Hall, expecting to see Rabbit waiting for me. However, I didn't expect Diana to be there, walking in a heated argument with her. I quickly hugged the wall, wondering what was going on, before I peeked into the room.
Rabbit, what you are asking is impossible.
Impossible? How is liberating my kind impossible?
I know you wish to change the caste system, and I do as well, but it cannot be done overnight. Can you understand the consequences of such a sudden change?
What does it matter? We are days away from taking control of this world, and what we demand will become ultimate law. The world will listen and obey every word we say, every word you say.
You overestimate the power we would have, Rabbit.
I felt frozen. What was happening? I thought Diana was with Rabbit and wanting change. Why would she hesitate? Rabbit was fighting for just a cause. The argument continued.
No, I am not overestimating our power. I know exactly what we should be able to accomplish. You are just too afraid to go through with it.
Afraid? Of course I'm afraid. Do you know what a sudden change in the system would do to everyone? What it would do to your kind?
We would be free.
You would be slaughtered!
Damn. As Diana's voice suddenly boomed, the air began to quake from it. I stared as Diana's form suddenly became covered with black and purple flame, glowing gold eyes peering toward the suddenly fearful rabbit. This is where we stop. She is looking some cray-cray, but this storyline is pretty exciting. It's just making me slowly realize that Damien's route was not the best. I felt like there was not enough Damien in Damien's route. That's how I feel. Like, Damien's like the top. Like, he's at the bottom of the list. And Damien was my favorite in season 1. So, it's kind of heartbreaking. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.